Even as a kid, I remember, you wore a lot of tennis shoes and short pants and shit, but you was still always like had your color game straight. You had your little cap game straight. Everything was cool. But then when GQ surfaced, this was around the time when motherfucking no walls was getting big time money, and that part of the game was opening up to a lot of people, and you know, you put your hands on that game for a minute and ran through that shit like a hurricane, became one of the greatest at that particular game. You know what I'm saying? Mr. GQ, always sharp, always fly, I always got a pocket full of money, always in the flyest car. Matter of fact, you bought me my first Cadillac.
Right.
And yeah, tell us about that how Chicken George became GQ and a little bit about that part of the game before you even stepped off into your Gators and everything. You was out there on the Doughboy blast, man, making niggas envious.
Well, like you said, hey man, everything changes, everything evolves, and I just evolved over time. And when I finally got my feet actually wet to where I could expand my game, expand my name, expand my livelihood, I took advantage of it. Like I said, my climb is always a good climb because I don't fuck over nobody. I'm not burning no bridges to get to the top. I'm not gonna rob no niggas because hey man, I mean robbing was nothing in my category. I I earned my stripes because I knew the right people. I was in the right place at the right time, and I connected with the right group of individuals. And I was messing with some Jamaicans at this time, and say, man, I hooked up with this Jamaican named Wiggy, and I never looked back. I worked for their whole family for like 10 years. I was locked in with the brother on the brother, cousin on the cousin. Anytime they came in out of town, they called me. But I was getting my own money, but at the same time, my partners was eating too. But like I say, I was eating on a high level because, hey man, I had to kind of work to where, hey man, you buy what you want to buy, go where you want to go, drive what you want to drive, eat what you want to eat, live where you want to live. Hey man, it was very impressive. So when I was GQ, man, I used to go places without money. People was giving me, hey, GQ, come shop with me today. I'll tell them, hey, man, I ain't got no money. They're going to give it to me anyway because they know my money was good.
Right on.
Restaurants. I used to go to restaurants. Anywhere I go, I'm spending like $400-500 just on a day to just, every day I was spending like $1,500 and shit. It's just what it was because like I say, when the game deals you a hand that you can play, hey, man, you got to play it the way it's dealt. And I was dealt a good hand and I was playing it the right way. And like I say, I was helping people along the way. I remember when I brought you in because like I say, one thing about me, I'm the black sheep for a reason. I'm going to always go through the door first. I'm going to make sure it's safe for my people, my brother, my sister, my hoes, whoever I'm fucking with. I'm going to go through the door first because like I say, the life I don't live, hey man, I don't live a life that most niggas only dream about. Most niggas ain't gonna get to this level. So I'm just saying, when I open the door, I gotta make sure it's worthy enough for my brother to come through because I wanna make sure I got all the dirt up off the ground. And when you come through, she just come in and get you some money. But yeah, that's what I do. I stand on what I say and I mean what I say. And like I tell everybody all the time, hey man, I'd rather for you to do something to me before you do something to my brother.
Right on.
Because that's personal with me. But you do it to me, hey man, I'm gonna take it like a man. I'm gonna take my lick. I'm gonna keep on going. But like I say, I'm very strict about messing with my family. So hey man, y'all know me. Y'all know if I done something crazy to y'all, I done did something wicked. It's because you didn't fuck with me, because I don't give a fuck about you fuck with me, but just don't fuck with my family. So, hey, man, how about it?
Man, ain't too many people cut like that for real.
Right on.
Now, while we on this subject, I remember when you say you brought me in, I remember you called me one day and you told me to come to Oak Cliff. I ain't gonna say where we was at, but you remember. And you told me, say, man, when I got there, I said, what's the business? Because you had something in your voice that I had never heard before. And he was like, man, just come on right now, whatever. And when I got there, you handed me a brown sack full of money. And you said, take that to the crib. I'll come by later on. I'll explain everything to you. And when you came back to the crib, like, you didn't tell me don't look in it, so you know my nose ass when I got to the crib, I looked in it, man. Right. I think that was about what, nine bands, something like that, 9 racks. And at that particular time, I had never seen that much money at one place at one time. I seen $9,000 a lot of times, but not at one place at one time. And then coming from a cat who ain't numbered in his early 20s, it kind of blew my mind. I said, what the fuck is my brother done did? But I wasn't like worried. I was like, you know, when I'm gonna get my 9s, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Right on.
So I remember you called me. You said I'm on my way. You came, you picked your bread up. You know what I'm saying? And you sat down and you talked to me. You was like, man, this shit here, I've been fucking with these Jamaicans, man, and this shit here, you had some work in your hand. You say this shit right here, man. You said it already did what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It already done changed the world and the way it's gonna change the world. But it's our time to fuck with it. And I was listening, and you was like, I'm gonna come pick you up tomorrow, and I'm gonna show you everything, blah blah blah. And I was listening. Don't get me wrong, I was listening, and I was enthused. I was you know, intrigued. But when you came over there, cause you had a yellow Regal. But when you came over there the next day, you didn't come the next day. You came the following day. So 2 days later, you was driving a motherfucking me, 2-tone yellow slantback with chrome 30s and Vogue wheels around that motherfucker. And you ain't have to say a word after that. I was ready.
Right on.
I was ready. You was like, get in the car, man, let's ride. And you rode me around. We talked about it. We looked at it. You told me the ups, the downs, the ins and outs. Like you say, you went through the dope. You went through the dope. You made sure it was straight. You came back. You gave it to me. And you told me straight up. You was like, nah, you know, you got the keys, nigga. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to do what I need to do. But you going to be the nigga out there getting it. And I was cool with that. And that worked, man. And I think our chemistry on that was like fucking outstanding. We made some heavy dents in the game. I mean, people knew us, you know, like you say, everywhere you went. I mean, we didn't have to stand in line at clubs no more.
No line.
We didn't have to wait for 25, 30 minutes on waiters and shit like that.
None of that.
You know, we go to clubs. The people who own or even worked at the malls would call us. You know, I remember Red one time. That's all I knew him by. But I didn't know him at the time. He called me, he asked for you. You was out of town. I had your phone, and I was like, well, what's the business? He was like, man, I want to bring these clothes by, you know, for your brother to look at. And I was like, well, bring them by. And the motherfucker brought about $6,000 worth of clothes and leather jackets and shit. And I was like, you know, this kind of shit here just don't happen to regular ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all that, you know, and after it happened to you, it started happening to me. Motherfuckers started giving me that same TP treatment. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that was all because of you, man. And I don't know if I ever said it, but shit, I appreciate it, bro. I mean,
you got to understand, as my brother, you know, you don't supposed to do as I do, but hey, you supposed to follow some of my lead. And I'm just saying, when I do anything, damn, you know, since I've been in the streets, when I do something, as soon as I get the door open, I'm kicking that motherfucker in, and then I'm bringing you right in behind me because, like I say, you are the brains behind everything that motivates me, because when I need something, hey man, I call you, and hey, it is what it is. So
right on. It's
like our bond is not even a bond. It's like something we were just born to be with. Because like I say, we are brothers by blood, by association, family ties and everything. But just thinking back when I used to hustle and all the things I used to go through. And one thing about it, when I'm standing on the nigga neck, you standing on the nigga neck. I remember that time we was at, the niggas tried to swindle me, and we ran them niggas down, and I look over here, you got a big old brick smashed this nigga head. I had to, come on, bro. That was crazy. So we done been through the trenches. We done been through a lot of wars.
Yeah, hold on, before we get too far, let me elaborate on that a little. Yeah, I beat the nigga face in there with a brick. But tell me why I'm looking for you, and you done jumped on the nigga car.
On the car?
Hanging on the door while the nigga driving, trying to knock you off the car like some Starsky and Hutch.
Man, that shit was crazy.
Say you weren't gonna let them niggas go for nothing, man.
Made that nigga run into that motherfucking, what was it? A tree, a
pole or something.
A pole or something. Man, we ran the niggas out the road. We got dead on the niggas' ass.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah, so hey,
that's
like
type
I
of shit
say,
that goes down. But that was a day in the life of GQ at the time, though.
right.
You know that.
GQ and G the Bug.
Yeah, that was me early. G the
Yeah,
Bug.
G the Bug.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this before we move on. Now, at any time during your doughboy stage, you sitting on top of the game. You got bread. You got somebody you can trust in your corner. You got other motherfuckers who doing what you need them to do. Was it at any time when you thought, like, what the fuck am I really doing? Like, is this really for me? Because dope ain't never been legal.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And not so much from the it ain't legal aspect, but from the I could really get fucked off because of this. Was it ever a time in your mind when you said, man, I need to try to do something different to get me and my family up out this shit?
I mean, that's my every thought. That's even my thought right now as I'm going through this transition from hustling to conning to playing bitches to pimping on hoes. I'm always looking for the outlet to go legit. So, like I said, it's called work smart, don't work hard with me.
Right on.
I tell a bitch, hey bitch, work smart, don't work hard. And I've been doing that all my life. So it's a bunch of times, bro. It's a bunch of times. Like I said, I didn't used to invest. I used to invest, but when I'm investing, I was investing to buy something legal to wash dirty money.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, when we was young niggas, when we was just fucking with different types of female, we used to record them, and then we put them on video. Then I said, well, hey, bro, let's get them to sign a contract. Then we get them to sign a contract. That was like about 30 years ago. We didn't know what we was doing. We didn't know. By now, Selfish Dream and Diamonds Playhouse should be a dynasty.
Right on.
But like I say, that was just something we was just doing just because we could do it. We didn't put our foot down on that market. We could have marketed that. Like I say right now, we still a household name, but I'm saying we could have been really on the map. But that just let you know how even back then, not trying to be the man on the block, or not trying to be the big kahuna, not trying to be the biggest pimp or the biggest dope boy. It just is what it is when you do positive things and your work speaks for itself. Hey man, at the end of the day, you will always be grateful, and I'm grateful. I got a bunch of gratitude, love, respect, honor, but most of all, loyalty for you, because like I say, you've been my stump down since day one. And like I say, our bond is not even a bond. It is what it is, and it can't be broken. But legitimizing our name and our franchise, hey man, I always say, Diamond, we still here, we still kicking like karate, you know what I'm saying, doing this shit at our best, not wearing no bulletproof vests, because we don't run from no motherfucking niggas. Ain't no niggas gonna bully us. We ain't scared of you hoe ass niggas with them guns, them old pop pistols, whatever y'all coming with, y'all can keep that shit, because we don't even play them type of games.
Been there, done that.
Man, been there, done that for real, on some real life type shit. Oh, some shit that we can't even talk about. Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But hey, like I say,
a lot of other motherfuckers can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it either. For real. But listen, to be legit right now at our stage is our destiny. It's our time, and the time is now, because we didn't put so much motherfucking work in by giving back, helping. I'm talking about fucking with the hood. I'm talking about feeding the needy, and not only the needy and the motherfucking greedy.
Right on.
I'm talking about sacrificing with blood, sweat, and tears. I'm talking about helping people's mamas, grandmamas, brothers, sisters, hey man, cousins. I mean, it's just so many people that I can't even begin to tell y'all the motherfucking people we done served and helped, and we still helping and serving them right now. But we on the way to get us something really polished, because hey man, we deserve this shit.
We do.
Because we pioneers in this shit.
Oh, man.
Most of you niggas around here playing them games, hey man, y'all niggas still playing games.
Oh, y'all niggas lucky we out the way.
Yeah, y'all ought to be glad. Because,
y'all wouldn't have made it.
Man,
No. Y'all wouldn't have made it through that shit.
I'm talking about slippers count. Hey man, you gonna get the business. You gonna get served for your hoe. All that shit go there. But like I say, man, it's just kind of good that I'm at a stage in my life where I'm so motherfucking humble. I'm humble because of the game and how I play the game now. Like I say, I ain't never one that's gonna stick your ass up. I ain't gonna kick your door in. I ain't gonna do none of that. I'm gonna send the bitch in. She gonna get a key made at your house. We gonna walk in. Then we gonna get you, nigga.
But now, you remember we did kick one nigga
Oh,
door.
yes.
Remember,
Ooh, wow.
What was that nigga?
Man,
Dr.
that nigga
Rock,
pissed on
radio,
himself.
DJ. So yeah, that nigga pissed and everything.
Man, that nigga, ooh, I remember that.
We did kick that nigga door in because he pissed you off.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll tell that story another time, man.
Right on,
but
right on.
man, and I'm glad, man. I'm glad to see you humble, bro, because you went through a lot of anguish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You was always the motherfucker that people look to for, for help. You was always the motherfucker that people run to when they need something. But then a whole lot of motherfuckers wasn't trying to see what you needed, but you stayed grounded, and you didn't let that affect you, man. Whenever somebody came to you, you just let them know what you could do. Okay, I can do this, or I can't do it, or either I ain't gonna do it, or I am gonna do it, and it got done. And you was just always that dude, man. And I feel like it's a lot of people around here owe you that ticket, whether they give it to you or not.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I come across people all the time, man, who they ain't got nothing but they can't say enough good shit about you, man. And I tell them, nigga, look who you talking to. I already know, but I appreciate hearing it. But you can't tell me nothing about this man. I don't know. Only if you did 10 years in prison with him, then maybe you could tell me something about him. I don't know. But for every other year except for them 10, you can't tell me nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And so speaking of that, let's kind of move a little forward now, because we know GQ was the man. I mean, everybody loved him. I mean, couldn't get enough of him. Oh man, the bitches was crazy. I remember we went to one club, man, I think it was called Champagne. And you had a blue Jaguar at the time. The only blue Jaguar in Dallas, if I'm not mistaken, cowboy blue with peanut butter tan interior. And everything inside was custom. And we pulled up in front of the club, and I heard some bras, like, because I got out, I'm on the passenger side, so I got out on the side where the people was at.
Right.
So you probably didn't hear the bitch say. It was a couple of bras there one day, and one of them was like, damn, girl, who is that? And the other one was like, oh, girl, that's GQ and Diamond. They some big-time drug dealers. How you feel about people giving you that title?
Well, that's the role I played. Big time is not even, that's like an understatement, because to be big time, you would have to move into the federal category where you move in freights of dope, tons of dope. I was just moving a couple of keys, you understand, my first share of keys,
Right on.
But yeah, but like I say, Dallas, Texas is what it is, because when I was around, it was just really a handful of us that was really getting the kind of money that I was getting. It wasn't like no 20, 30 niggas was getting this kind of money. It was like a real small selected, maybe you had maybe 9 or 10 cats that really just had a bunch of power in the streets, where you could move like I moved, and do what I did, and shop like I shop, and ate like I ate, and live where I live, and drive like I drive. It wasn't a bunch of cats like that. But you have what you call those imitators, the one that come behind you, trying to do what you do. But like I say, what I do is, if a nigga asks me for some help, I'm going to give it to him. If you ask me for some directions, I'm going to serve it to you.
Right on.
If you ask me for anything and I have it, I'm going to give it to you, because that's how I was raised. I mean, the game has been so good to me to where I don't have to take your shit.
Oh, really?
I don't have to steal your shit, because I'm going to get my shit the hard way. I'm going to earn it. I'm going to get out here and do the most honorable thing. I'm going to sell my own product, whether it's hoes, dope, fuck what all you niggas talking about. I'm gonna do what I need to do, but
barbecue sandwiches,
whatever. All this shit. I'm universal. I'm not.
But it wasn't. You couldn't tell nobody that GQ wasn't no motherfucking kingpin, boy. You couldn't tell nobody. Motherfucker tell you a goddamn.
I mean, but it's so many niggas that really just. I mean, when a nigga, this is one thing I used to play for. When we used to go to clubs, we used to go to clubs and we got 3, 4 bitches with us. And the niggas in the club, they know these is my bitches. And instead of them coming to ask me about the bitch, they'll go behind my back and try to serenade the bitch or sweet talk the bitch or can I take you home? And I remember time after time I used to have to spank niggas' asses. I used to have to spank these niggas because they was being disrespectful. Hey man, if you want the bitch is mine. Ask me about the bitch. I'm gonna give you what you want. So when you try to play that game behind my back and just serenade the bitch, man, I used to send bitches to niggas' houses. Yeah, go to that nigga house. Yeah, give me some of that nigga work. I want some of that nigga weed, that nigga money. I just used to, hey, you have to handle a sucker like that, you know?
Yeah.
But then, you know, I'm a realist about this shit because if I know I'm after another nigga's bitch, hey man, the most respectful thing I can do is tell a nigga, hey man, I'm after your bitch. You know, you better keep a tight leash around the bitch neck because I get the bitch out of pocket, yeah, I'm gonna be giving you a phone call. I'm gonna play the game the way the game is dealt. I'm not gonna be trying to serenade the bitch and take the bitch to no motherfucking restaurant and none of that shit. I'm gonna let you know first and foremost what I'm gonna do. And hey man, if you don't keep the leash on the bitch neck, hey man, you know, you'll be getting phone calls. So.
And you know what? That's why so many people respect you because that's the living definition of real right there, man. You know, the easiest thing for a nigga to do, especially if he out here and he feels, is to say what he want to be or what he want to do or what he want to have. And when that nigga do all that protection talking and get 5 6 other niggas to believe him, and then the time come for it to really go down, then you see the nigga true colors. That ain't never happened with you. Everything you ever said was going to be done by you, was done by you. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers, the real, recognize that shit.
Right. I mean, that's how you earn your real stripes in the street. That's why you don't have to take no pistol. You don't have, man, you don't have to call. You don't have to need no knives. Like I say, for years and years and years, I didn't tote no guns, no knives, nothing. And like I say, I wasn't fucked up about a motherfucker robbing me or taking something from me or catching me slipping. Because, hey, man, that's part of the game, too. All that shit pays off. You know, you get caught slipping on the wrong side of town, fuck with the nigga's hoes, and you get out of pocket, nigga catch you at his house, fucking on his wife. Hey man, you supposed to get dealt the cards you playing, but I never worried about that because like I say, I play the cards that dealt to me, but I'm gonna play them straight across the table. I'm not gonna do nothing funny style. I'm not gonna do nothing that'll cheat and rob you. So, you know, hey man, the game has really blessed me. It's been good to me, and hey man, I reward people every day. Right now, I'm giving back to the game, for real.
Already, that's the business. Now, as far as that goes, now let's fast forward, man. You know, I got to say this, man, the world, since I've been fucking with YouTube, I say the world because I have people from fucking Japan, from fucking England, from fucking Massachusetts, Boston. I have people done hit me from all across the bubble, man, you know, giving me my ticket and tipping my hat and everything. But even with giving me a fair ticket, they still find enough breath to ask, when can I meet your brother? When can I talk to Mista Selfish? He the real man, Mista Selfish, the proper drop, man. He the real deal. And I always told him, say, man, y'all know where the dude at. It ain't never been no secret. And at that particular time, we didn't even know if he was coming home, so I had to be a proxy. I had to just tell him what I felt like you would say. They got a little taste of you before you left, a little bit of piece of you before you left when we did the little couple of interviews about Madison.
Right.
You know, but
some throwback shit.
Yeah, they got some throwback shit, but they never ever really got a chance to get up close and personal. So.